Hello everyone, welcome back to my Let's Play of Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition. My name is Genesis013, and in our last episode we've entered into the ruins of New Londo and opened the floodgates to face off against the Four Kings, and well, today we're going to continue on downwards. And I will say I did collect the ring from before, just it is in the ghost room. It's just you need to take there's a rite you need to make while you're going. It's like on the way to getting the soul. Also, another quick fact, up these stairs leads to a bow. I picked it up already, so I'll show you. It's the composite bow. But either way, all sidetracks is code. We shall venture down to find ourselves to enter the deepest part of these ruins to possibly some of my favorite enemies. If one will show up, we'll get introductions right away. Yes! We have the Dark Wraiths themselves! An army of Skeltor! Oh, yeah. Okay, my control... I have not played Dark Souls in a while, mostly because I've been busy with college, so... I might be a little... rusty, so... Do give me a... I do ask for a bit of slack, but... Yes, pretty much we get to fight a giant army of Skeletors. This, to me, is the best thing ever. I always kind of liked this. I always kind of liked this part of the. This is always like the part of the New Londo ruins that I always kind of enjoyed. Was after the ghost, because you just get nothing but random humanity-stealing Dark Wraiths that can fight you. Generally, the main gimmick with these guys is the sheer fact that they have the ability to steal your humanity if you're caught by the grab. But usually, you can just avoid that easily, and it's kind of telegraphed easily. So, yeah. So, how have you guys been? For me, it's been kind of doing great. I've been doing a lot. And okay, hey there, and we have a new type of enemy as well over to our left, who is going to probably try to corner me, isn't he? Yes, he is. That is a soul mass. Actually, I believe it's called a soul mass. I'm not actually entirely sure what the name of this creature, what this guy is, but generally he is a amalgamation of the many bodies of the dead, stitched together in some horrible fashion. But generally his main gimmick is he'll try to, if you at long range, he'll try to poison you with that spit, which will slow you down. And up close he'll try to attack you with that tongue of his, and you'll also spawn those exploding wisp guys. Also, you do not want to do what I did and just stay directly in front of him. That is a bad idea. But they're very easy. He's very easy to deal with, and much like a lot of enemies much like a lot of somewhat mini boss like enemies, they do not respawn as well after you kill them. So it's kind of a good way to get rid of them. And I also will say that I am trying a little something different with my audio. As to, I'm testing out a new pop filter I added, so I might sound a bit different on them. I might sound a bit different. So yeah. I might try keeping this from now on to do this, because it's kind of nice. It's not the best, but it works. But either way, we're just gonna run. We're gonna run back to our souls. I would normally just cut this part out, but I'll show you. This is actually kind of a shortcut now, because since we lowered the floodgates, we can actually go straight to the Dark Wraith area without having to, make that long, painful travel, like through the ghost again. Which I'm sure you guys don't want to see that. So this is a very useful thing for you guys. So yeah. Also, I need to remember. I guess I should have left the elevator up when I went down there, because I thought I could have. Hubris! Either way. Sorry. I'm sorry if my thoughts seem very scattered and a lot of what I'm saying doesn't make sense. Again, it's just like I'm kind of excited to get back into the swing of things in Dark Souls, and just I'm also excited as well for Dark Souls 2, because I've been kind of following close to the news and updates of what we've been able to hear. And so, and part of me was really wanting March 11th to show up as quickly as possible, so Dark Souls finally come out and I can finally like get in, try out the new game, and oh my god, it looks so good. Sorry, I'm kind of gushing. Either way, just for the shortcut, we're just gonna run past these ghosts. Why? Because we don't really need to care about them. And normally there's water here, but we're just gonna jump down, and it pretty much takes us to the other side of where we actually died over there. There will be a there's going to be another wild Skeltor appearing for us. You can parry them. I would not suggest, because a lot of the timing on their to parry them is kind of wonky. So my better suggestion for you is to just backstab them. That will makes life a lot easier. That's all I'm going to say. Now, where are my souls? I'm just getting my souls and kill some more Skeletors. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, college. So I've mostly just been busy with college, and a few cool, fun developments have been happening there as well. Like, I'm working on a short film currently at the moment. And I believe as of now, we should be planning on shooting, I think, a week from now, which I'm looking forward to it because it's gonna be fun. I may try to give like some. I'll try to talk him. I may talk about it after the fact, but just that's just kind of like a little update in what's going on in my life, at least right now. So, then on top of everything college, I've been kind of a very busy bee, so that's kind of been the reason why I haven't been able to do anything. Well, either way, we got our souls. There is an invisible wall here, which if you do so, there will be a Dark Wraith waiting for you. He's kind of doing his own little way of saying hi. And also, if you want to parry them, that one lunge of theirs is actually probably your best bet to do so. It's the most easy to time. Of course, you can be me, who just is somehow god-awful parrying at everything he does. But pretty much killing him, you're able to get this chest, which contains a Titanite chunk, which, if you've been upgrading a weapon down the normal path, which is just like, you know, going to the 10, to the +5, +10, blah 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 blah. Titanite chunks allow you to upgrade your weapons to up to +14, in which you'll need to use your Titanite slab to get the final 15. And you may be wondering why I put. And the reason I had to put the transient curses is because there's still some ghosts you have to kind of fight, and you can only. Unfortunately, that's the only downside to the shortcut, is because there is about 3 ghosts or so you still have to kind of fight. And I think, yeah, we have another soul blob mass here as well. He kind of hides off in the dark here. But I mainly came here not just to bait him, but to get Mr. Skeletor number 38 out, so I could just kind of swiftly deal with him. And like I said, that's the thrust you want to kind of time your parry. And a good way to get rid of him is just two-hand your weapon and just kind of stay to the side. Woo! Woo! Okay, that was actually close. That probably could have ended badly. See another head that came out. Probably avoid that. And apparently that does not actually affect ghosts. Fun fact, if you want to know that. But there is another skeleton. There's another Dark Wraith. I keep wanting to call them Skeletors. I mean, look at him. Look at that face. That is Skeltor right there. This is Skeltor with armor. But either way, ordinarily over here there is a summoning sign you can summon, which will summon Witch Beatrice to assist you in the boss. And over here, that is the fog gate to our boss of choice. Yeah, actually, yeah, I'll do that right now. We're gonna jump straight into the fight. So, what you want to make sure you have is make sure you have the Covenant of Artorias equipped for you, because we are going to be fighting off in the Abyss once again. But unlike the last time, you need that ring in order to survive. Because if you drop into there, you will automatically die. If you remove the ring while you're inside the abyss, you'll automatically die. So, let's just plunge down into the abyss and face off against the Four Kings. Guess spoilers there, actually, who we're fighting. And this could probably go easily. And just to let you know, I am completely terrible at fighting these guys. But for the most part, what you want to do is you just want to avoid them and just kind of hug to the side. But the main gimmick to them is they are a giant DPS fight. By wings, I believe the timer is every 30 seconds or so, another of the Four Kings will spawn. So if you're extremely bad at damage, you'll be pretty much surrounded by Four Kings and they will kill you at once. So, got the first one down, so Hi! Hi there. What I'm hoping is I can just kind of deal with them quickly, one by one, and I'm hoping that the power of black magic can kind of prove to be, like, stupidly powerful, which is kind of already proving that. One other tip I can tell you, if you're doing, I've heard the White Dragon Breath is, like, given a poor reputation because of this fight, because apparently it doesn't work in the Abyss. Due to the fact that there's, like, no floor whatsoever. I mean, there is a floor, but you can't see it. And really, the boss kind of goes through the floor, really, so this is kind of a terrible place your first time, just due to the fact that it messes with your depth perception. Hello there, Mr. Four King. Oh dear. A lot of their damage is actually magic based, so if you're able to just kind of avoid them, or if you have a good shield that blocks magic attack, you're pretty much set. Like, I'm pretty much, I think the way I've been doing, I'm pretty much golden. Oh, that wasn't quite what I need for the final finish that I tend to do with bosses, but I think this case, I think we're good. Boom! And that's the Four Kings down. Usually I have a much worse time fighting them, but I guess it just shows how effective magic actually has been for me. Like, it's kind of an eye-opener. This is kind of like this has kind of been a fun. I've been enjoying this build actually, because yeah, I have like no health whatsoever, but that's I guess that's sort of the point in this build, is to have no health, but I make up to it with like a lot of damage. So in essence, I'm basically a giant glass cannon in disguise. But even so, we finally got a good 6,000 souls or so. So I'm gonna put those into the last of my vitality to upgrade to 20. So we got a nice even 20/20 on endurance in our vitality, and we have a nice large 50 intelligence, and we also got the bequeathed soul shard, I believe. So just as what I tend to use, just as per usual, I'm going to give you the soul of the lore of this, which is the soul of one of the Four Kings who fell to the dark, a fragment of the Lord's soul discovered at the dawn of the Age of Fire. Lord Gwyn recognized the foresight of these four great leaders of New Londo, and granted them their ranks and the fragments of a great soul. Although it is not a full Lord soul, it can still satiate the Lord vessel. So, from what Framt is told, pretty much we have defeated 4 out of the 3 bosses we actually needed to defeat. So, I would normally cut this off right here, but there is a few things we can do. There's a few things I need to personally do, and I also want to kind of finish off one of our main quests, and this is kind of an area I wanted to show you guys. So, I'll meet you guys. So, I'm gonna meet you guys over at back down in Blighttown. So, I'll see you guys then. Real quick, while we're here, I guess I should mention there is a few rewards you get for defeating the Four Kings. Like, for instance, here in the Valley of the Drakes, this corpse will actually appear here that was not here before. Which you equip will give you the set of Witch Beatrice herself, as well as her catalyst, which kind of looks unique. And this will be the hat of the Rogue Witch Beatrice. Almost all magic users that employ a wand studied at Dragon School, but Beatrice is one of those few exceptions. She braved the abyss, but did not live to tell of her ordeal. But what I really like about her actual equipment is actually her chest piece actually, which is this amazing like Devil May Cry-esque coat, which really looks cool. I might actually use. I might use this, or I might just stick to what I have because, you know, being the Abyss, trying to be like the Abyss sorcerer, this kind of fits better. So I'll just probably keep this as I am. But what I like the most is actually her catalyst, which in my opinion is probably the coolest looking of them all. Which is the catalyst belonging to Beatrice, the rogue witch. Contrast with Venheim catalyst. This ancient catalyst shows signs of being used for age-old sorceries. It has been passed to the hands of many generations to get here. And just to let you guys see, this is what it actually looks like, which, to me, it looks completely awesome, and I personally like it, but, again, just for the sake of my build, I should be using this. I'm keeping with the tin banishment catalyst just for its look, so that's all I wanted to really show. That's all I wanted to really point out. So I'll meet you guys for real back at down in Blight Swamp. So yeah.